Let's use a southpaw sensor to build a ribbon synth. A ribbon controller is a tactile resistor strip that is used to control synth parameters, usually pitch. It provides continuous modulation of sound as you slide your finger across, giving musicians an expressive control similar to that of fretless instruments like the violin. In this video, let's see if we can put together a DIY ribbon synth. To get us started, there is a sensor that seems very promising. This is a southpaw sensor, short for soft membrane potentiometer. We used the knob potentiometer on this channel before to control pitch by twisting it. Similar to that sensor, we alter the voltage output by changing the finger position on the strip. So one end is the lowest voltage, the other end is the highest, and you get voltages in between as you slide your finger across. Perhaps we can map the voltage value to the pitch of an oscillator and create a ribbon synth. So our game plan is to learn how to connect this to the Daisy-C to control pitch and output sound via the audio jack. Alright, let's get started. So this is the southpaw sensor. By the way, the list of ways you can get the parts is in the description. I soldered header pins to the sensor, but you can use the clincher connector, which you can learn more about on SparkFun's guide on this sensor. There are tips on soldering in this guide as well. It's also worth noting that you can get the southpaw sensor with different lengths. Whenever I get a new sensor, I typically just Google the name of the sensor with the word Arduino. Chances are, you'll find a great diagram like this. So the pins that we need to use are ADC0, ground, and voltage. This pin right here is for ground, so let's connect it to the ground rail. And we bridge the C's analog ground and digital ground together on that rail. This pin here is for power, so we'll connect it to the C's analog 3.3 volts via the power rail. For the analog output pin in the middle, we insert it into one of the breadboard's rows here. On that same row, insert a 10K ohm resistor that's connected to ground. And also on that same row, connect the wire to the C's ADC0 pin. That resistor pulls the sensor's output signal down to keep it at a stable 0-volt state when we're not touching the sensor. Next, let's insert the audio jack to the breadboard, connect the jack's tip to the C's audio out pin, and sleeve to the ground rail. It's easier to slide your finger on a sensor by placing a piece of tape to keep it in place. I like using painter's tape since it's easy to peel without leaving residue. You can also use double-sided tape. And that's it! Let's program the synth next. We can use different languages to program a DIY synth for the Daisy platform. For this video, we're going to use plug data as it is quick to set up and easy to program with any Daisy board. We can install it from their website. Let's first view the ribbon sensor's output value using a serial monitor. Here's a patch that prints the sensor's value. This patch is included in the folder that you can download from the link below. By compiling this patch with the custom JSON file, ribbon.json, in the same download folder, this receive ribbon object outputs the voltage value read by the C's ADC0 pin. So this JSON file maps the receive object and the ADC0 pin together. The name ribbon is set in this line, and pin 15 is the C's ADC0 pin. Okay, let's compile and flash this program to the seed. Click on the main menu icon at the top and select Compile. Select Custom JSON as the target board and open the custom JSON file mentioned earlier. And toggle debug printing to be yes. Before flashing a program, we have to put the seed into bootloader mode. Hold down the boot button and also hold down the reset button. Once you release the reset button, you can then release the boot button. Now click the flash button in plug data. Using the Arduino IDE serial monitor, which you can watch this video to learn how to set it up for Daisy, we can see the sensor value printed after selecting Daisy as the board and USB modem as the port. We should see a sensor value scale between 0.0 and 1.0. As we slide from one end to the other, we should see the value increase, and vice versa. The maximum is around 0.98. And notice how the value drops to 0 when you let go. Now the fun begins. Let's map the sensor value to the pitch of an oscillator, so let's put together a synth. Here's a simple synthesizer. It consists of a sawtooth oscillator and a copy of that but with a slightly different frequency to create that detuned synth sound. To prototype, we can use a horizontal slider GUI object to emulate the ribbon sensor. By changing the max value to 0.98, it'll output a value between 0.0 to 0.98 as we move horizontally, similar to the ribbon sensor. After we scale the output value to be between 220Hz and 440Hz, we can test this synth out. We can improve this by having the sound turn off when the sensor value is 0, since that's the sensor's output when you're not touching it. This object outputs a 0 when the input is less than 0.01 and the 1 otherwise. By using that object in combination with the line object and this message, the volume goes up from 0 to 1 in 100 milliseconds when you place your finger on the sensor. And when you let go, the value goes from 1 to 0 over 100 milliseconds. To map the ribbon sensor value to the pitch, we can simply add that receive object from earlier and connect its output to the inlet of the slider GUI object. And we're done! Now we can compile and flash. Okay, let's see if this works. Success! I have a question for you. Do you have perfect pitch? Well, you might be surprised to learn that I totally don't. So it's kind of hard for me to play a melody and I end up doing whatever the heck I'm doing here. Being a guitar player, it would be nice to add something visual to show where the in-tune notes are. One approach is to use that painter's tape that we were using earlier. We can also mark it with washable marker too. Without really adjusting the patch, we can use a tuner to find the notes in a major scale and place tape in those positions. Now we can Well, I'm sure your mind is now flooded with a bunch of cool synth ideas. I personally love using this sensor like a guitar fret. So one approach is to come up with a fun way to control another synth parameter like volume with your other hand. You can of course use it to control synth parameter that's not pitch. For example, you can use it for modulation like how some MIDI keyboards do. If you end up using this sensor for your synth project, please let us know in the comments or on Daisy Discord and forum. I look forward to checking them out. Okay, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.